When Michael Jordan, your former teammate at North Carolina, left the game so suddenly. You have 2 more years left on your contract after this. You wouldn't do that, would you, James?
Well, if I had his money, if I had Michael's money, I would have retired 5 years ago. No, you know, the game is still fun for me, actually. You know, I still can get out and do some things, and I think the wins are more rewarding now, and dealing with these young players and going out on the road and still being able to talk some trash on the road and get some things done. It's still fun. I still like it. It's my life. But, no, I still feel dedicated to 2 more years. And, you know, if I can, you know, as long as I'm physically able and as long as it's fun for me, you know, I want to finish up.
Well, I think the Laker fans and the many basketball fans around the country will be happy to know that you're going to stick around, James. The best of luck to you the rest of the way throughout this year and the next 2. And thanks for spending some time with us.
Pleasure. Okay.
Now let's go back to Mike Crispino.
Thanks very much, John. That's it for us on Knicks Game Night. The Lakers and the Knicks coming up next on MSG.
New York Knicks Game Night has been brought to you by the New York Times. To keep up with the sports in New York, keep up with the Times.
Defense for Pat Riley. In his 9 seasons coaching the Los Angeles Lakers, Riley garnered 4 world championships. He returned for the first time as head coach of the New York Knicks 2 years ago, and the result played out like a bad dream. The Knicks managed to score just 68 points, an all-time franchise low. It was the Knicks' worst performance of the season in Riley's former theater. However, last season, Riley and the Knicks awoke from that nightmare and brushed off their Hollywood stage fright. With impressive contributions all around, the Knicks managed to defeat the Lakers 105-95, despite the absence of both Doc Rivers and Greg Anthony. Having notched his first victory as a rival coach at the Great Western Forum, Pat Riley is once again welcomed back to Tinseltown. Welcome to the Great Western Forum, Inglewood, California, the home of the Los Angeles Lakers, who have been an up-and-down ball club. They lose 5 in a row. They win 4 straight. Well, they have won 4 out of the last 5. They come in with a record of 7-10. That is next to last in the Pacific Division, while the Knicks, with a record of 10 up and 4 down, lead the Atlantic Division by 2 games over Orlando and Boston. Hi, everybody. Marv Albert, along with John Andres. Well, last night in Salt Lake City, Utah, the Knicks opened up their 3-game Western swing by losing to the Utah Jazz. A disappointing loss. John, a good first half for the Knicks, but faltered in the second half. Only 12 points in the third quarter.
Yes, it was the third quarter that really did them in, Marv, after that excellent first half when they played so well with such determination. That third quarter consisted of very poor shooting, as you can see, 5 out of 18 from the field. For the game, though, the three-point shooting, which is usually reliable, way off, 4 for 17, and the rebounding way down as well, including only 6 offensive rebounds. So the Knicks have to show a different face here in Los Angeles tonight.
And the Knicks are going up against a new-look Laker club. Gone are the likes of Magic and Kareem. James Worthy, now a player who comes off the bench. So a host of new faces on this Laker roster.
Well, the good thing is they have 5 people in double figures. The bad thing is the numbers are very low when you look at that Laker lineup now. In fact, Anthony Peeler, their leading scorer, is the lowest team leading scorer in the NBA, the 65th scorer overall in the NBA. They need bigger numbers.
And the Knicks with a lineup change tonight. It'll be one-time Laker Tony Campbell in the starting lineup, making his first start of the season. That means Anthony Mason will come off the bench, where he has been particularly effective. We'll be back here at the Forum with the lineups in a moment.
Driver, do you have any Bud Light in your vehicle?
Yes.
Then I am Mr. Galley-Weekich.
You mean Dr. Galakowitz?
Yes, I am. This is so cool.
First time in a limo? Doctor?
In a limo this small.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Giving beats everything, and nobody beats the wind. Make your Christmas last forever with the Fuji camera from Nobody Beats the Wiz.
Welcome back to the Forum, where the starting lineups will be introduced to the crowd. And in just a moment, the Knicks have dropped their last 2 on the road. They won their first 5 away from home, but the last 2 games, losses at San Antonio and Utah. Knicks and the Lakers about to meet for the first time this season, and they will do it again at Madison Square Garden a week from Thursday. Well, Pat Riley making his return to the Forum, and we are now set for the introduction of the Hertz starting lineups.
And your Los Angeles Lakers. First, let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting New York Knicks. At one guard in his 5th season from Oklahoma State, number 3, John Starks. The other guard in his 11th season from Marquette, number 25, Doc Rivers. At center in his 9th season from Georgetown, number 33, Patrick Ewing. At one forward in his 10th season from Ohio State, number 9, Tony Campbell. And the other forward in his 9th season from Virginia Union, number 34, Charles Oakley. The head coach of the Knicks is Pat Riley. The assistants are Dick Harder and Jeff Van Gundy. The trainer is Mike Saunders. And now, ladies and gentlemen, sponsored by American Airlines, here's the starting lineup for your Los Angeles Lakers. In the backcourt, starting at one guard in his 2nd season from Missouri, number 1, Anthony Peeler. At the other guard in his 1st season from Cincinnati, number 9, Nick Van Exel. At center in his 9th season from Kentucky, number 31, Sam Bowie. Starting up front at one forward in his 2nd season from Pepperdine, number 8, Doug Christie. And the other forward in his 4th season from Clemson, number 41, Eldon Campbell. The head coach of your Lakers is Randy Funk. The assistant coaches, Bill Burka, Larry Drew, and Chet Kammerer. And the trainer is Gary Beatty.
So a change in the Laker starting lineup. Lonnie Divac, we're told, not in the starting lineup because he re-injured his hand. He is suited up and is available. Sam Bowie will make his 3rd start of the season. Sam Bowie, obviously thrilled about the assignment. Little yawn from Sam. Acquired this past offseason from the Nets in exchange for Benoit Benjamin. Spent the last 4 years with New Jersey, following 4 years with Portland, and has put together some good numbers as of late.
Yes, Sam very effective using the height that he brings at 7'1" height as a defensive intimidator.
Sam Bowie in his 9th season out of Kentucky, and he'll go on the opening tip against Patrick Ewing. The officials, Hugh Hollins, Bernie Fryer, and Mike Callahan. Tony Campbell in the starting lineup for the Knicks for the first time this season. And they will either do it again or the ball will be awarded to the Lakers. Currently, Patrick Ewing stepped in too quickly, so Doug Christie will inbound.
Marv, the goal of the Knicks tonight is to play a sustained 48 minutes of excellent basketball. They did it partially last night, but one half wasn't good enough.
This is the rookie Nick Van Exel. Eldon Campbell. Nice give and go, but it is rejected. And here's John Starks. Last year here in Los Angeles, Starks went the entire 48. Oakley off the mark, rebounded by Eldon Campbell. John Starks operating at the time at point guard in the absence of both Doc Rivers and Greg Anthony, coming off the skirmish in Phoenix. And both Starks and Anthony Mason had outstanding games. This is Peeler for three. Anthony Peeler, in his second year out of Missouri, provides a 3-0 lead for the Lakers.
Anthony Peeler, it's appropriate that he is the leading scorer of this team, and it's appropriate that he gets them going.
They double up on Ewing, a very effective tactic by Utah last night. Ewing not able to hit, and Christie outlets it down. Now Peeler puts the move on Starks. This is Bowie going to a crossover dribble. Rebounded by Oakley. We are just underway at the Great Western Forum in Inglewood, California. Game 2 of this 3-game Western swing for the Knicks. John Starks. John Starks, one of the bright spots for the Knicks last night, 21 points. Although he has been in a bit of a 3-point shooting slump, 0 for 4 last night. He's missed his last 12 in all. Anthony Peeler hits again, and the Lakers lead 5-2. Peeler has all 5 points.
Well, Peeler needs some attention, as John Starks will. The Knicks moved the ball beautifully on that last sequence, leading to John's jump shot.
Last night in Utah, 9 of 20 for the 21 points, along with 7 assists for John Starks. Tony Campbell. And here is Starks. Tipped home. Ewing getting inside position on Eldon Campbell. The Lakers 5, the Knicks 4.
Boy, strong move by Patrick going to the offensive boards, and that's where the Knicks have to change things from last night.
Bowie had very little room along the baseline, then a bad decision. 3-on-2, led by Starks. Trying to give it up, broken up. 3-on-1 the other way, and Christie tried to challenge Ewing. Campbell with the save.
Surprisingly, no call on that contact.
The strip by Starks, but a foul. Van Exel going to the hoop was hit on a reach-in, or a reach-around, and the foul is called.
Christie coming in for the slam dunk attempt over Ewing. That's how much he thinks of his legs. He at 6'7", trying to dunk the ball over the 7-foot Ewing.
This is Nick Van Exel, a rookie from the University of Cincinnati, second-round draft pick, and his stock dropped. He slid to 37th in the draft after early projections had him going in the first round. Turned off a number of clubs with what can be termed as a cocky attitude. Also, shot selection was a question mark. He is not a good shooter, but he has been very impressive in the early going of his rookie year. Lightning quick, Nick Van Exel. And a foul is called. It's on Van Exel.
It's a good example, Marv, of timing in a player's career. Van Exel comes to the Lakers at a time when they desperately need that position filled. And he's playing over 33 minutes a game for the Lakers this season.
Back to his second in minutes on the team, right behind Eldon Campbell, who is now in the starting lineup. Rivers able to drill it home. The Lakers 7, the Knicks 6.
Early in the game, we are seeing the Knicks moving the ball. After 2 passes, they are getting open shots. So the message is keep doing it, and you're going to get good shots. There's no reason to rush shooting against this Laker defense.
Taylor was tripped up by the drive across the lane, and Starks called for his second. And Starks will go to the bench. Early substitution. Hubert Davis checks in. Hubert hoping to bounce back from the 1 for 7 last night in Utah. And Hubert Davis now guarding Anthony Peeler. Christie lost it. Last touched by Oakley. So the Lakers get it back. A lot of Knicks support here at the Forum. Not the case over the years, but with the Lakers not doing well, and you get the idea some of that electricity is missing. And the foul is called on the Knicks. It's on Oakley. You get the idea that there are even more Knicks fans here tonight.
Very hard to find a star here, Marv, in the early going. A star meaning a guest in the seats here. Yes, it is lacking the electricity, no question about it, but it's been that way all season here. The fans know what the product is, and it's not what they're used to seeing over the last 15 years, certainly, and a lot of them are staying away.
They have had only one sellout. it is not a sellout here tonight. Last season, Lakers went 39-43. That was 5th in the division. They did make the playoffs and then gave Phoenix a difficult time. Ewing is stripped by Campbell. Oakley off the recovery. Yes. The Lakers 9 and the Knicks 8. You remember the playoffs last year. Suns just did get by. That's a 3-point attempt. And the ball goes back to New York. Lakers won the first 2, and then Phoenix came back in desperation, took the next 3 to win the series after the Lakers had stunned the Suns by taking those first 2 games. And many feel that it saved the job of head coach Randy Funk, who certainly faced the heat last season. Here's Campbell. Tony Campbell with his first field goal, and the Knicks now lead by 1.
It has been a while since Knicks shooters had such open shots as they're getting here.
Once again, Doug Christie forcing the issue, able to get to the rebound and convert the reverse. Lakers 11 and the Knicks 10 with 4 minutes and change gone by. Now Campbell operating down low. Basket counts and a foul. Campbell got the step on Christie, and he will go to the line.
Well, Christie has quickness at the offensive end, but at the defensive end, where is it? Tony Campbell, one dribble, and he got a simple layup. That's a shocking move by him in that he got it done so easily.
In the absence of Charles Smith, who we're told underwent successful arthroscopic surgery on his left knee earlier today, Pat Riley made the decision to go with Tony Campbell in the starting lineup. Anthony Mason, who has been much more effective coming off the bench, will do just that. Here's Bowie from deep. Knicks with a 2-point lead, 13-11. Now, Tony Campbell had a shot as a starter at the beginning of last season. Again, to double up on Ewing. He's able to get inside, will not count. 3-second violation. So the ball goes back to the Lakers. But Campbell did not do well as a starter last season and then lost his spot in the rotation. Getting another opportunity here tonight. And he hopes that that he will remain as a starter for a while.
Catch the best talk in town as Mike Francesa and Jennifer Smith team up on live from the play-by-play after most Knicks and Rangers home games here on MSG Network.
Before the sports
Taking in the action here at courtside. Swing around, we see Jim Brown now a consultant with the Cleveland Browns. I don't believe you ever had similar Jim Brown. Peter Falk, who we've seen both at the Garden and at the Forum. And that was D.B. Sweeney over there right next to Peter Falk.
Good pickup.
Thank you very much. D.B. also a Garden regular, usually at New York Ranger games. And on the subject of hockey, Wayne and Janet. 5 minutes gone by in this first quarter. And the Knicks lead the Lakers 13-11. Here's Rivers for 3. And we get the whistle from the outside official. Apparently a loose ball foul called on the Lakers. It's on Doug Christie. Substitution for the Lakers. Here is James Worthy checking in. Replacing Doug Christie, and the crowd responds to the entrance of Worthy. James actually removed from the starting lineup last season for the first time in his career, as his left knee did not respond to surgery. Still has value, though, and he's been coming off the bench. Campbell, and rebounded by Bowie.
Of course, James Worthy has to be greatly affected by the lack of rebounding power of the Lakers these days. There's nothing more thrilling than seeing him at the end of a Laker fast break year in and year out.
Yes, rebounding has been a problem for the Lakers the last couple of years. This season, they have been out-rebounded in 8 of the last 9 games, and they have been out-rebounded by an average of 5 rebounds per game. That is a considerable differential. A strong drive by Rivers. Doc Rivers going to the hoop to give the Knicks a 15-11 lead.
Doc made an amazing recovery from what looked like a crippling leg injury last night after his drive to the basket around John Stockton. Fortunately, it was just a cramp.
Worthy. And Davis comes up with it as Bowie hit the deck. Bowie got entangled with Campbell. Art Campbell for Ewing. Open side jump. Knicks lead 17-11.
And see how the Laker defenders are a split second too slow in picking up the Knicks shooters. When the Knick gets the ball in position to shoot, he has time to, just that little extra time to line up the shot.
And apparently Tony Campbell drawing blood and taken to the sideline by Knick trainer Mike Saunders, and he'll be replaced by Anthony Mason with a shot in the nose. And he has really got to be upset. Here he gets a starting assignment, hits a couple of shots, and he has to leave because he took an elbow. Here's another look at it.
Tony taking that elbow at the end of that move as he hit the floor.
7-0 run by the Knicks. The last 2 minutes and 8 seconds. Lonnie Divac has checked in as the right hand wrapped in a bandage. We're told that's the reason he did not start. Sam Bowie drawing the starting assignment. Worthy stops the Knicks run, and the Knicks now lead 17-13 with 5:25 to go in this opening quarter.
Well, Worthy told me in Knicks game night, we had a nice chat, Marv, as you recall. He said he can play 30 minutes a game as long as it isn't a back-to-back situation.
Gilbert Davis connecting for his first field goal. The Knicks with a 19-13 lead, and the Knicks are shooting well here in the first quarter. Lakers come off the loss on Sunday night here at the Forum. Reach-in foul. Called on Oakley. Sunday night, Lakers beaten by the Timberwolves 101-99, and a last-second layup and free throw by Michael Williams. Saturday night at the Sports Arena across town, the Lakers beat the Los Angeles Clippers 109-102.
They were led by Doug Christie's 33 points, career high for him.
Rivers off the steal. Davis, nice move off the dribble. Oh, he had that Exo backpedaling.
And the left hand at the end of the move.
The Knicks now lead 21-13. So the Lakers have won 4 of the last 5. The loss on Sunday stopped a 4-game winning streak. They had lost 5 in a row prior to winning 4 straight. Rivers for Oakley. And we get a whistle, and apparently a technical foul has been called. Anthony Mason perhaps had something to say to Bernie Fryer. Fryer discussing it with Hugh Hollins. Looked like that one came out of nowhere.
Well, that's the reaction also that Mason is indicating. He doesn't even have a good sweat yet. How could he get a technical call on him? Well, Mason going at it with Divac trying to box him out. A little pushing ensues there between the two.
Well, they just made a change. Bernie Fryer did give the signal for technical, and apparently after a discussion with Hugh Hollins has changed it to a personal foul. Last night of the game in Salt Lake City, we saw Darrell Garrison overrule one of the officials who had called double technicals, and it ended up as a double personal. Knicks lead 21-13. An Exo trap. Peeler. Nice move on Davis. Looks like Ewing got a piece of it. Divac is fouled. Right here for an update, let's go to Mike Crispino at the MSG Sports Desk.
All right, thanks, Marv. In the Meadowlands, no contest tonight. The Nets against the Celtics without Robert Parrish. Kenny Anderson, 18 points, 10 assists, and a beauty right there to P.J. Brown. 117-90, no problem for the Nets.
Thank you, Mike. Lonnie Divac, who has been struggling at the free throw line, just missed his first. 59% from the line for Divac. And the Lakers are a poor foul shooting team at 22nd overall in the league at 71%.
Quite a discrepancy also in Divac's shooting from the field. At home, over 51%. On the road, 45%. He is not having a very good year, and they really need his contributions as a veteran on this team.
You know, he is a player who just has not been the same. Illegal defense called for the first time since the departure of Magic Johnson, who kept his attention in the game and really kept him going. And Vlade is upfront about it. He's just not the same guy.
He's a soft player, and he needs to be pushed. And he also does not distinguish himself in the offseason with hard work, as those players do who distinguish themselves, particularly the big men. And boy, the world is his if he were to do that in Los Angeles, where he has been from time to time a very popular player, very athletic, and has the skills.
Rivers connects. The Knicks shooting 63% from the field and lead by 10 with just under 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Sedale Threet has checked in for the first time, and a foul called against the Lakers. It's an offensive foul on Threet. Sedale Threet these days comes off the bench with a run by the Knicks. Been a strong first quarter for the New York Knicks. It's off the, let's see. Well, apparently a foul, loose ball foul on the Knicks. It's on Mason. He was pushing out, looking for a position.
Well, he was played toughly by James Worthy, and Worthy, a very crafty veteran, did a good job.
Elvin Campbell gets inside. The Knicks 23, the Lakers 15. Rivers and Davis in the backcourt. Mason, Ewing, Oakley up front. Oakley. Rebound tip from Campbell to Threet. Marv Albert, John Andres from the Great Western Forum in Inglewood. Illegal defense call. Hugh Hollins at the near side making the call. So that is the first violation called on the Knicks. Lakers hit with one just moments ago. And Worthy will throw in. Divac in a battle with Oakley down low. Threet and Peeler now in the backcourt. Divac, Campbell, Worthy up front. One-on-one move by Divac. Rebounded by Ewing and lost it.
Well, he slipped. There was a wet spot on the floor. Fortunately, he didn't get hurt.
Timeout taken by the Knicks with 2:46 remaining, first quarter.
When to say when. A reminder from Budweiser. I got caught in the act here, Marv. One can become a spectator not only of the game, but of the timeout situation. Laker girls in very good form. Do you agree?
John, we're mesmerized here as we check it out. And Laker girls providing entertainment here at the Forum with 2:46 remaining in the first quarter. And the Knicks lead 23-15. Knicks 11 of 18 from the field, 61%. Knicks remaining the same following the timeout.
Well, the Knicks can certainly outwork the Lakers on the Lakers' offensive boards. That's a pattern that's developed here.
Davis coming off the screen, nowhere to go. Shot clock down to 5. Rivers for 3. Campbell getting inside position. Peeler played by Davis. Threet being guarded by Rivers. Peeler pops it.
Boy, I hate to be a man on the other side of the court for the Lakers, waiting for that ball to come my way. That ball just did not move at the Laker end.
Ewing, strong move, but rejected by Campbell. Nice recovery, and Rivers able to hit on the drive. So the Knicks now lead by 10 with 1:35 to go in this first quarter. Good first quarter for Doc Rivers. Divac to the left-hand hook. And it's handled by Mason.
This is where Mason's happiest. On that break, handling the ball and making decisions.
Again, Ewing getting the good position. And a 3-second violation call.
Patrick was down so low. I mean, he was so close to the basket. He felt he had to go into a series of fakes here, and that cost him.
And Greg Anthony has come on, replacing Doc Rivers. Rivers departs with 8 points, high man for the Knicks. Greg Anthony had another rough one last night. Difficulty dealing with John Stockton. Nice drive, and a foul is called. It's a block on Davis. Greg Anthony bounce back from the bad outing against Houston with a good performance against Sacramento on Saturday, and last night played 15 minutes, 2 of 6, 4 points. Was stripped by Stockton, who then went to the length of the court, and right after that, Pat Riley pulled him, and he only played briefly in the second half.
Well, Greg Anthony's signature when he joined the Knicks was his defensive ability. And one of the problems now that's happening is people are going around him, it would appear, a little bit too easily. Van Exel greeted Greg as soon as Greg came in the game with that drive to the basket, got right around him.
1 minute remaining in the first quarter. They trap Anthony. Knicks lead by 9. Ewing. And Divac with the rebound.
One of the things Patrick Ewing has a problem with is when he starts his move and is well played, he can't seem to stop and adjust and give the ball up. He stays with the shot and ends up taking a very difficult shot from time to time.
Sedale Threet with his first field goal. Knicks by 7. Mason gets inside, then tied up. Batted out by Threet. Remember the game Anthony Mason played here at the Forum last season. Last March 26th, career high 30 points, along with 16 rebounds in 41 minutes. Davis. And the ball goes back to the Lakers.
And also, Marv, as we were discussing earlier, the play of John Starks in that game as the Knicks point guard. Played the entire 48 minutes and chipped in with 14 assists, which meant so much to the balance of the Knicks' effort that night.
Down to 10 seconds in the quarter. Van Exel setting it up. Down to 5. Divac backing Oakley. Here's Worthy for 3. After 1 here at the Forum in Los Angeles. The Knicks 25, the Lakers 18.
This year.
And then Mike Dunleavy, and many of you feel that Randy Funn actually saved his job with the Laker performance against the Suns in the playoffs last year. Came down to this, a 5th and final game. The series tied at 2. James Worthy heating it up. He had 24 points in all. Lakers had a final shot at the end of regulation, scored 95 apiece. Byron Scott could not hit the three-pointer, and then in overtime, Oliver Miller took charge, and the Suns able to survive 112-104 to win that series in 5 and then advance eventually to the finals against the Chicago Bulls. Second quarter is underway. John Starks back on the floor and shows a nice move to give the Knicks a 27-18 lead. Good shooting by the Knicks in the first quarter. They were 12 for 24 overall. They did cool down at the end of the quarter. And a couple of good runs. This is Campbell. Melvin Campbell hitting over Patrick Ewing. The Knicks lead by 7.
Campbell has become a factor now in his 4th year in the NBA. He's scoring much more and doing a good overall job for this team. He is appreciating the time, and he's rewarding Randy Funn.
Lakers not shooting well. 6 of 21 overall in the first quarter. That is deflected out. Last touch by Van Exel.
Always helps when you give a little fake with that ball before you deliver it. And Greg Anthony kind of just told the defense what he was about to do. That ball was deflected.
Ewing, Oakley, Mason up front. Anthony and Starks in the backcourt. Greg Anthony wants offensive interference. Let's see. Hugh Collins was the call. Oakley called for a pushing foul, loose ball foul. I'd say Anthony wanted a goaltend called. But the loose ball foul was called instead. Knicks by 7. Early moments of play, second quarter. Van Exel.
Nice use of a pick by Divac by Van Exel. Very quickly done. Anthony was unable to recover and get around that nice pick by Divac.
Nick Van Exel is an exciting player. Lightning quick southpaw. Starks is fouled. Hit by 3. And here's Anthony Bonner coming on for the first time, replacing Charles Oakley.
Last move by the Lakers. That ball goes into Divac. And Van Exel goes right around that pick, and Greg Anthony had no chance.
Back to the live action. Anthony off the inbound, missed on a side jump from 20 feet away. And a foul is called on Anthony, trying to cut off the passing lane on Van Exel. When you look at the most positive part of Van Exel's game, people compare him or say he's in the Nate Tiny Archibald mold, but his shooting is not obviously anywhere near Tiny Archibald. Alley-oop intended for Campbell.
I suspect Tiny's listening, Marvin, on his behalf. Thank you.
Yes. And Tiny would agree.
Absolutely.
Mason. Bonner with the rebound. Of course, the fact that Tiny Archibald is a left-hander, as is Van Exel, I think has something to do with that comparison. Pretty move by Ewing. The Knicks lead 29-22. 6 points for Patrick Ewing, along with 7 rebounds.
Well, knowing Tiny as I do, he just might be finishing a workout about this time in New York.
3-point attempt missed by 3. Here's Starks. Try to lay it off. Starks hustles it down. Nice ball movement now by the Knicks. They collapse on Ewing. He's triple teamed. Now a double team, showing lack of respect for Nick outside shooting, and Anthony called for the travel.
Greg Anthony, so anxious to get to the basket, felt he had a wide open lane, but he committed that infraction in order to get started.
Doc Rivers getting set to check in, and Anthony thought that he was being replaced at that moment. He was very quick to get to the bench following the traveling violation.
Well, he's thinking that way, Marv. That's kind of a Freudian slip on his part. He's down on his game, and I guess he felt he was being pulled after that infraction. Excuse me, Marv, but the coaches try not to do that after a player makes an error. It really hurts the guy's ego, naturally, when you make an error and you come right out.
And last touch by Campbell. And now here is Rivers for Anthony. Pat Riley really trying to encourage Greg Anthony. That may set a new Knick record. He got 2 packs. One when he thought he was departing, and now one when he does sit down.
Yes, and Pat doesn't normally do that when players come out.
Oh, Starks rejected, and the crowd loves it. And Starks touched it last.
John Starks exploding down the middle. That shot sent away.
Campbell with the block, and it deflected off Starks. Alvin Campbell with his 3rd block. Here's Bowie on a fadeaway. Starks going behind the back. Knicks lead by 7. 4 minutes into the second quarter. Mason being played by Bowie. Looks to go right at him. Ewing changed his mind. Finds Bonner. And it comes back to Rivers. Oh, nice look away for Bonner. Rebound is put up and missed by Ewing.
Well, missed by Bonner around the basket.
And Threet lost it off his foot. Adele 3 hears it from the crowd.
Well, the Lakers trying to take advantage of that infraction. That play doesn't happen often with a man who handles the ball as well as Greek does. Kind of symbolizes the Laker play these days, however.
Herb Williams is checked in, replacing Patrick Ewing. Rivers. And a foul call against the Lakers. It is on Van Exel. That's his second. Anthony Peeler checking back in. #1 draft pick last season. A terrific prospect. Excellent one-on-one player. Can beat you off the dribble. Mason. And a loose ball foul being called. Bernie Fryer with the call against the Knicks. Herb Williams called for the foul. And the Lakers take a timeout with 7 minutes, 9 seconds to go. In this first half, the Knicks with a 7-point advantage.
Cool Wave Aftershave. The fragrance of the Gillette series. Get caught up in it.
A goalie stones you cold all night. All of a sudden you catch a pass on the tape and you turn the stone wall into a sieve.
That's 212-268-8844.
The Knick MVPs will be on there. That's right. Now there is Norm Nixon. One-time Laker, one-time Clipper. Knicks only 2 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. 5 minutes gone by. Knicks lead 29-22. Campbell way off. Here comes Rivers. Mason. Beautiful move by Anthony Mason, who's in the midst of a powerful drive and was able to hit with the feathery touch over Sam Bowie.
Yes, the 7-1 Bowie, and that didn't discourage Mason. He just went into another gear.
Knicks lead 31-22. Peeler.
That's a terrible shot.
Yes, his shot selection certainly questionable. No question about the talent, though. Starks for 3. Yes. John Starks, who had missed 12 straight from three-point land, able to hit. 0 for 9 the last 2 games from downtown. The Knicks open up a 12-point lead, and the Lakers take a timeout. 22nd timeout called by Laker coach Randy Funn.
Let's take a look at that last drive by Anthony Mason as he dribbled down the middle. The big guy in front of him and then went to that soft hook layup. That was followed by John Starks exploding down court quickly, getting that ball in the right spot, and he was ready to break that shooting, poor shooting of three-point shots.
This certainly a favorite court of John Starks. We discussed earlier the terrific game he had last season back in late March, playing at the point guard position, played all 48 minutes. Starks and Mason combining as the Knicks knocked off the Lakers here at the Forum. Now they've changed to a full timeout. We'll be back in a moment.
Drug and alcohol addiction.
Just did a turnaround jump shot for the Lakers. The Knicks now lead 34-24. Miscommunication between Rivers and Williams. Herb Williams was trying to set a screen, did not expect the pass, and the Lakers will get it back. While we were in commercial break, it was Bowie with that baseline turnaround. 5.5 to go in the first half. Marv Albert with John Andres from the Forum in Inglewood. It counts. And the foul. Van Exel will go to the line.
Well, this is part of the exciting repertoire that Van Exel brings to the NBA. Give and go play with Sam Bowie. Tough shot by Van Exel. He's squashed by the Knicks defenders, but gets up that soft touch on his way now to a three-point play.
Knicks with a 34-26 lead. Lakers only 5 of 9 from the line. I mentioned the 4 foul shooting by the Lakers a couple of minutes back. Right at the bottom of the NBA rankings in that department. Rivers. There's a three-point attempt. Christie in the open floor. Whipping by Starks. What a move by Doug Christie.
At 6'7", Christie shows what he can do in the open court, which wasn't entirely open, actually, but he carved a hole as he goes by Starks. Rivers on that errant shot now. Christie gets that rebound, sizes up John Starks, who had a little trouble changing his footing as he tried to get established defensively for Christie, and that hesitation enabled Christie to get by him.
John, last year the Lakers tried to make Doug Christie into a point guard, but it did not work. Teams would trap him, and he struggled. This season, averaging almost 14.5 per game, shooting 52%. And as you see, doing well from three-point land. A first-round draft pick of Seattle, that is hometown team, never came to terms with the Sonics. He was dealt to the Lakers along with Benoit Benjamin in exchange for Sam Perkins. You know, it seems every time we talk about a player who has been traded, when we deal with the package trade, has Benoit Benjamin been involved in every trade in the NBA the last 2 years? It is incredible.
Well, the Lakers like this young man. In their last win, Christie had a 9 for 11 field goal performance, 10 out of 14 from the line, a couple of block shots, 3 steals, all against the crosstown Clippers on Saturday night.
Knicks lead 34-28. One-time Clipper, Doc Rivers gets it down and then takes the return. Finds Bonner. And tipped home by Ewing. 8 points, 10 rebounds for Patrick Ewing. And a 20-second timeout taken now by the Lakers with 4:33 to go. In this first half, the Knicks now lead by 8. They've led by as many as 12.
Well, the Knicks moving the ball well now. There are holes in the defense. Ewing on the double team gives it up immediately to Rivers. Bonner and Rivers play catch. And Ewing slamming that follow home quite easily. The ball movement initially by the Knicks demonstrated to them that they could get good shots with a little bit of patience against the Lakers. The Lakers just don't have that defensive intensity that can hold the Knicks back.
The Knicks will wind up this 3-game Western swing in Oakland, California, Thursday night, going up against the Golden State Warriors. Knicks game night starting at 10 o'clock. And we'll be on hand at 10:30. Along with our insert, of course, in Knicks game night. Note there's no player featured on our fine-looking graphic. Most of the Golden State stars have been lost to ailments. A injury hit club, although they've hung in. Could have a nice little photo of Steve Albert, television voice of the Warriors. All right, here comes Starks. Coming up on 4 minutes remaining in this first half. The Knicks lead 36-28. Ewing, and a foul is called. Pete Bessie mentioning on the pregame show that Chris Mullin makes his return. He'll be used as a 6th man coming off the bench.
Yes, he pointed out that Chris had actually over-conditioned and gave himself a bit of a setback, delaying his return, which was expected in about 2 weeks.
Golden State, despite a host of injuries, showing a record of 8-7. They are in 4th in the Pacific Division. Seattle on top at 14-1, followed by Phoenix at 11-3. Off the trap. Ewing got a piece of it. Starks couldn't hit, but Mason does on the tip.
That was Divac using bad judgment on that inbound pass.
Well, the Knicks going to the pressure defense, and Christie was fouled. Oh, Christie with a nice scoop shot that will not count. Came after the whistle.
Knicks greeting the Lakers with this trapping defense now. And John Starks coming in to finish that shot attempt after that poor pass by Vlade Divac, which bounced back into the hands of the Knicks off that inbound attempt.
Rivers called for the foul, so Christie to the line, a 72% free throw shooter. Last game against Minnesota, 7 of 14 from the field, 21 points at 33. Saturday night against the Clippers. Hubert Davis replacing Doc Rivers. Rivers with 8 points. That last foul, his third, so he'll sit down.
Christie, the only Pepperdine graduate to ever play for the Lakers. Pepperdine, a local school, has produced many fine players, but he's the first.
The Knicks by 12. And now, with that jump shot by Ewing, go to their biggest lead of the night. 42-28 the score. Ewing with a solid first half. 12 points, 11 rebounds. Divac called for traveling. Vlade Divac is having a very difficult half. And you can hear the reaction from the crowd.
Well, that right hand is taped. That's why he was not in the starting lineup, and he's not able to substitute with better effort.
Ewing getting position, double teamed and fouled. Peeler came over to help. And the foul is called on Peeler. Substitution, George Lynch, the rookie from North Carolina, first-round draft pick, has come on for the first time. Lakers just love North Carolina players. They're hoping that he will eventually turn into an AC Green type player. Not a great shooter, but works very hard. George Lynch is what you would call a tweener, too small for power forward and perhaps not skilled enough offensively for the small forward position.
Many fine college players are identified as such and do not make it big in the NBA as they were able to do in college. So he's got to prove that he can carve out an important role for the Lakers.
The Knicks with a 16-point lead. Campbell. Ewing got a piece of it. Starks for Oakley. Just under 3 minutes remaining in this first half. 10-0 run by the Knicks. And a foul is called. Lynch will go to the line. Third foul called on Oakley. Lynch averaging 6.5 per game. 67% from the line this season. 10 of 15 from the line.
The price of success that the Lakers have enjoyed over the years has resulted because of the draft and them not getting top picks very often, as we see Tony Campbell checking back in after that bloody nose went away. But George Lynch was the 12th player chosen overall in the draft last summer, which happened to be the club's highest draft choice since James Worthy in 1982, when James was chosen first in the '82 draft.
The awful Laker free throw shooting continues. 6 of 13 from the line. Ewing missed on that tip, but Campbell rebounds. He hits, it won't count. A traveling violation.
Well, one good thing that Patrick Ewing is enjoying is the non-boxing out attempts by the Lakers. He is doing a lot of swooping around the offensive boards for the Knicks.
Knicks switching well. Long-range three-point attempt by Peeler. And Mason off the dribble for Campbell. 3-on-2. Lakers did not get... Oh, what a move by Tony Campbell. Campbell hitting on the reverse, and the Knicks now lead 46-29, and the Lakers want to talk it over. A superb first half for the New York Knicks. 2:07 remaining. The Knicks lead by 17.
everybody used
Want
to
some
me.
cheese? He went in head first and came up with a body full of nachos.
Down to 2:07 remaining in this first half, and the Knicks now lead by 17. And this, the play of the night. Watch Tony Campbell finish it off.
Nice pass from Mason, too, one-handed. Looks like Tony was going to go by the basket, but he still had something left. What a finish.
7 points for Campbell, the one-time Los Angeles Laker, making his first start of the season. Tony did not get much playing time as a member of the Lakers. Oh, the rejection by Ewing. Patrick Ewing had 6 blocks last night against the Jazz.
That was Anthony Peeler sent away unhappy.
Knicks with excellent ball movement right throughout. Eldon Campbell with the rebound. Van Exel. Christie for 3. And Mason rebound. Davis and Starks in the backcourt. Ewing, Campbell, Mason up front. Campbell backing Christie, draws the foul. Tony Campbell will go to the line with 1:08 remaining in this first half.
Tony Campbell off to a good start in this game, in that he did get the starting role for the first time this year with Pat Riley's desire to bring Anthony Mason off the bench. Then he had the bloody nose, which resulted in him sitting down for a while, but overall he's had an excellent half.
Now Sedell 3 will check back in, replacing Doug Christie. Christie leads 2 of 5, 4 points. Lakers do not have anyone in double figures. The Knicks 47, the Lakers 29. Ewing, the high man, with 14, along with 13 rebounds.
Knicks continue to double team the ball out high, and the Lakers' result is rushed shooting.
Lakers only 11 of 37, right around the 30% mark, while the Knicks shooting has dropped off a bit in the last couple of minutes of the second quarter, but they have the big lead. 18-point differential. And Lynch flew the layup. Here's Starks. Able to blow by Campbell, and it's tipped home. Eldon Campbell, the man that Starks blew by, then Tony Campbell put it home. Knicks by 20.
That was very difficult for him, Mark. Campbell
had to think about it for just an instant. And the Lakers are hearing the boos from the crowd. Here is Eldon Campbell. So the Knicks have a 49-31 lead. A 15-3 run by the Knicks. Starks as the buzzer sounds, ending this first half. So the Knicks walk off the court here at the Forum with a 49-31 advantage on the Lakers. Mike Crispino coming up at the MSG Sports Desk. We'll be back with our halftime in just a moment.
Debbie, these shots are fabulous. Beautiful, Debbie.
Better than the last.
The Knicks with a 49-31 lead on the Lakers. Lakers with only 13 points in the second quarter. 6 of 17 from the field. Right here, let's go to Mike Crispino back in New York.
All right, thanks very much, Marv. The Nets caught their first break in weeks today when the Celtics' Robert Parrish had to sit out tonight's game with a sore elbow. New Jersey proceeded to take out a season's worth of frustration on the Celtics, 117-90. This was no contest throughout. The Nets running the break beautifully for Chuck Daly. His team now 6-11. With Parrish out of there, they took advantage. Anderson running to Coleman, 16 points, 10 rebounds for Derek Coleman tonight. First quarter, a 23-14 lead for the Nets. Chris Morris on a steal. Bronx native Eddie Pinckney ripped off, and Kevin Edwards finishes with a dunk. He had 19 tonight. P.J. Brown on the give and go with Chris Morris, who finished with 20. As I mentioned, 52% shooting for the Nets in the win today at the Meadowlands. Houston 17-1. Otis Thorpe had 40. Charlotte has lost 6 in a row. Orlando outscores Detroit 25-6 in the fourth quarter. Shaq had 27 in their win. Indiana had Byron Scott in the lineup, 8 points, 11 minutes, 3 of 10 shooting in their victory. Chicago holds off the Clippers despite 43 from Danny Manning, 17 from Seton Hall's Terry DeHare. Chris Mills had 22 for Cleveland in their win. Dallas has dropped to 1-16. Derek Harper, showcased tonight, had 33 points. St. John's fans should be ready for a roller coaster this year, coming off that encouraging comeback win against Seton Hall here at Madison Square Garden. Red men stumbled and fumbled their way to a loss, another one at Alumni Hall. Pittsburgh goes 4-0, beating St. John's 75-68 in a game seen here on the MSG Network. Paul Evans' team benefited from 19 St. John's turnovers. This was not one of them. Great pass from Carl Beckett to Sean Scotto at 20. They cut the lead to 3 points for the Panthers, who led by 1 at halftime. They upped it to 4 on a great play with Eric Mobley and Orlando Antigua. Then the rough stuff in the second half. St. John's Derek Brown driving. Willie Cauley drills him. That cost 4 free throws. Brown canned 3 of those and a 3 to cut an 11-point lead down to 2 with 22 seconds remaining, but it was not enough. St. John's drops to 2-2.
Well, last year we were able to win every game here. More important than that even is it was a league game. I think it was obvious there are an awful lot of things we still have to work on to get this team sharp, and tonight we weren't sharp. And if we just did some of the little things, a couple of the times we were on the transition break and we fumbled the ball. I mean, our free throw shooting was, again, not what you would like. So, and again, when you look at the final outcome, if you just do a few of those little things, well, maybe you have a better chance to win the game.
Marshall Falk, a 2-time national rushing champion, has made it official foregoing his senior year at San Diego State, declaring himself eligible for the NFL draft. More in a moment.
Sports Desk is brought to you by LA Tech Light Gear. You got to own the light if you want to own the night.
When I first discovered what had happened.
Here on Wednesday to play the Rangers, but at Nassau Coliseum tonight, the Islanders needed 2 goals within a few moments in the second period to forge just a tie with the Edmonton Oilers, who had just 5 wins going into this game. Scary moment, first period. Kirk Maltby blasts Vladimir Malakoff into the boards with an elbow. He did not return. Then Sather's team led 4-2. Within a minute 13 of the second, however, the Islanders tied it. That was Steve Thomas's goal off a David Volek feed. Ron Hextall made it stand up, a 4-4 final on the island tonight. Giant euphoria at being 9-3 was tempered by some disturbing injury news today. Linebacker Michael Brooks and H-back Aaron Pierce will both miss Sunday's game against the Colts with sprains in their right feet. George Steinbrenner's sudden budget consciousness has cost the Yankees. Deion James signed to play in Japan, 2 years for $4 million. Back to the Forum and the Lakers in the Knicks second half after these messages.
So the Knicks at the half lead the Lakers 49-31. A look at the leading scorers summary brought to you by your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers. There's only one Jeep, and it's only at your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers. A strong first half for Patrick Ewing, 21 minutes, 5 out of 12 from the field, 4 for 4 from the line, 14 points, along with 14 rebounds and 4 blocked shots. Tony Campbell inserted into the starting lineup, came through hitting 4 out of 5 for 10 points. Doc Rivers had 8, John Starks with 7. For the Lakers, who have struggled, no one in double figures. 7 apiece for Peeler and the rookie Van Exel. 6 for Eldon Campbell. Now look at the highlights of the first half, brought to you by Minolta, makers of the new Freedom 105EX, only from the mind of Minolta.
Knicks doing a good job defensively in the first half. The numbers certainly show that. Part of the excitement the Lakers hope continues is a move like this from Doug Christie in the first half, breezing around John Starks, and Christie was not to be denied on that exciting drive. Van Exel, little give and go with Sam Bowie. How about this adjustment to the presence of Herb Williams? Van Exel with a terrific drive and that soft touch.
At the Knicks end of things, there was some terrific ball movement in the first half. Knicks trying to get into that style of play more and more at the offensive end, and in this sequence, the ball movement got things done. Patrick Ewing carved a path to the basket at the end of that passing. And Tony Campbell, the other Knicks player beside Ewing in double figures, after that Mason rebound and handoff, Tony Campbell looked like he was going to dribble right by the basket, which he actually does, but he had something more to present to the Lakers. A beautiful drive and finish by Campbell.
Lakers with a season-low 13 points in the second quarter. They're down by 18 as we head to the second half.
This year, find your gift at the place where giving beats everything. For Christmas, as always, nobody beats the whip.
If you want to lease a Ford, buy a Ford, or service a Ford, you cannot do better than Able Ford of Rockville Center, your super-friendly Ford store, and a whole lot more. At Able of Rockville Center, you can always feel confident you're getting the very best deals and the very best service on Ford cars or trucks.
Able Ford of Rockville Center, your super-friendly Ford store, and a whole lot more.
Back in Los Angeles, Marv Albert, John Andres, the Knicks 49, the Lakers 31. And we're just about set for the start of play in the second half. The Knicks shot 40%, 21 of 52 in the first half. Lakers only 32% on 12 of 38 from the field. Lakers just horrendous at the line, 6 for 13 from the foul line.
Yes, the low scoring by the Lakers reflected in those statistics. And this is the big differential in the game. The Knicks killing the Lakers on the boards. Patrick Ewing's dominance quite apparent in the rebounding department and in shot blocks. Ewing leading the way with 4. Eldon Campbell, among the league leaders, did a good job in that department himself with 3.
Ewing had 6 last night, 4 in the first half here this evening. And the Knicks open up with Rivers and Starks in the backcourt. Ewing, Campbell, and Oakley up front. And Campbell getting his first start of the season and shot well in the first half. Ewing rebounded by Eldon Campbell.
What's nice about that play for the Knicks is the ball went into Ewing. He gave it up when double teamed, and it came back to him. Something the Knicks have been trying to get done more and more.
Rebounded by Oakley. Starks with the room. Again, it's Eldon Campbell on the rebound. Here is Bowie. Kept alive by Christie. Nice play by Oakley. And
1, 2 points to go along with 4 rebounds. So kind of drifted back into that play of last season where he's out there competing, but not with the tremendous presence that he has had earlier.
Doug Christie throwing in. Nick Van Exel guarded by Doc Rivers. Now Sam Bowie goes to the fadeaway. The Knicks lead 49-33. Bowie, his second field goal. He has 4 points. Once again, Campbell operating down low. Christie from Van Exel. Round 1 with a foul on Starks. Starks sets up Rivers. Rivers changed his mind. He was looking for a 3. Starks rebounded by Bowie. Exel on a pull-up. And a loose ball foul is called. against the Knicks. Now they changed the call. It's called on Christie of the Lakers. And for Christie, that is his fourth. He'll sit down. Here comes James Worthy. Christie only 2 out of 6 full points and departs with his fourth foul.
Van Exel will become much more valuable to his teammates if he gives up that ball a little more readily than he does.
Slapped home by Ewing. Patrick Ewing has been a dominant player here tonight. And a holding foul. That is the first foul committed by Ewing.
Well, the Knicks have exceeded already here in the early third quarter the numbers of rebounds they have tonight versus last night.
And as we touched on earlier, the Lakers have been a very poor rebounding team last season, and that has carried through this year. Campbell is fouled. Called on Starks, trying to help out. Eldon Campbell to the line for the first time. Eldon Campbell in his 4th year out of Clemson. Player who has shown only flashes despite his physical talents. Quick, can leap. You mentioned before, though, he has played better this season. Oh, Anthony Mason with his best friend, Michael Douglas. Michael, part of the club. Is he on the bench? Now, that's a seat right next to the bench.
You know, I'll tell you.
That's clout, though.
And he's going to tell people where he was sitting tonight, I'm sure, tomorrow.
I don't know. Pat Riley might walk over and insert him.
Talking about Eldon Campbell, though, Marv, he's leading this team in minutes at over 34 a game and 7th in the NBA with shot blocks.
And Tony Campbell lost it. The Knicks 51 and the Lakers 34. Not much happening here in the early going of the third with 3 minutes gone by. Worthy played by Campbell. Worthy tried to bank it. He was blocked. Tony Campbell called for the foul. That's his first. James Worthy still has value to a team, perhaps looking to add a quality veteran for a drive through the playoffs, but his contract makes it almost impossible to deal with.
Yes, he has a rather rich contract, which goes this year plus 2 more. And according to Pete Vesey, who has some of the information of specific nature on contracts, we're talking about next year and the year after adding up to about $12 million coming James's way.
Quoting Pete as the man of record, huh?
Well, that's the number he dropped on me before the game.
Patrick Ewing on the fadeaway. 18 points, 16 rebounds for Ewing, and the Knicks lead by 18. 3.5 gone by in the third quarter. Campbell. Here comes Rivers on a 3-on-2. Starks trying to get it back. He's called for a charge. Starks tried to feed off.
Very frustrated. Do you believe how quickly John Starks spun on the floor and jumped up?
That's his 4th foul, and he will sit down.
John Dworknock is down and bang right up again. What quickness. It's the most impressive part of that play, his response.
Well, John Starks sits down. Hubert Davis has checked back in. Peeler. He's been off. Hopefully putting behind the back. Rivers all the way. Worthy on the rebound. Peeler cannot buy one. He is 2 for 10 from the field. Nice play. Rivers rejected and fouled by Bowie. Doc Rivers going for the second successive time right at Sam Bowie, and he drew the foul.
Good ball movement. Good decision here also by Hubert Davis. A very catchable bounce pass to Doc Rivers, who draws the foul. Rivers can extend high. We've seen him dunk the ball many times, but he came out of that move with contact on the defense.
The Knicks now lead by 19. Let's see if Pat Riley goes down the bench. Let's see. I want you, and you. You, Douglas, check in. The Knicks 55 and the Lakers 35. Van Exel's pass deflected, recovered by Bowie. Well, Sam Bowie has 6 points, and the Knicks now lead 55 to 37. Oakley had it broken up.
Lakers allowing the Knicks to cut down the middle time and again. Ewing tried to get that ball successfully to Charles Oakley. The poor shooting of the Lakers continues.
And bad shot selection by the combination of Van Exel and Keeler. Worthy jumps out. Rivers able to beat him off the dribble. As the Knicks again work it around. Ewing facing a double team.
Well, Marvin, the sparkling third quarter, I want to give you the score. So far, it's Lakers 6, Knicks 6.
And a 3-second violation called on that last play. We'll be right back.
Did you reserve the car with Hertz?
Not exactly, but it's a good deal.
Are they as fast as Hertz?
Not exactly, but what's the rush? We're on vacation!
Dad, are we lost? Hertz gives you computerized directions.
Honey, this is not exactly Hertz, okay?
I hope they have the same emergency road service as Hertz.
Not exactly.
In Rent-A-Car, there's Hertz, and there's Not Exactly. Make sure you choose the right one.
Are you sure this is the way to the hotel?
Not exactly.
Did you hear that?
Of all the credit cards out there, only one has Smart Rate, now as low as 14.9%, and no annual fee. Discover Card. It's a better deal. It pays to discover. This holiday season, while you're shopping, we'll be dropping $5 million in the Discover Card Big Payback. Now, every time you use your card, you're automatically entered in our $5 million sweepstakes. It pays to discover the card with the big payback.
If you were to take every article, every review, every honor, every award, everything positive people have had to say about the Toyota Camry and put it on a wall, you'd need a very big wall. And now there's the new 1994 Toyota Camry with dual airbags, a new V6, and built in America. Imagine the wall we're going to need for that.
Well, the beat goes on with the Knicks, and we'll take a look now at our Delta upcoming schedule. Thursday night at Golden State, Knicks game night, 10 p.m. Knicks return home Saturday against the Indiana Pacers and Byron Scott, their newest addition, at 7 p.m. Knicks game night. And then Tuesday, the Denver Nuggets, the improved Denver Nuggets, 7 p.m. also, Knicks game night.
Well, Irvin Magic Johnson taking it all in at courtside, his former club. Getting blasted by the Knicks, 55-37 with 6.5 remaining in this third quarter. It has not been stunning basketball here in the third. Bowie blocked. Ewing with his 5th rejection. Bowie again. Well, Bowie off the recovery with the shot clock running down, able to hit from deep in the corner. Ewing with a bad pass, saved by Davis. Here's Campbell, double pump, and he drew the foul.
Number 23.
James Edwards, who checked in just a moment ago. James Edwards not receiving the playing time. Did not play at all against Minnesota on Sunday night. James Edwards in his 17th NBA season. He was originally a third-round draft pick of the same LA Lakers in 1977, a member of 2 championship Detroit Pistons teams. He has been, would you say he's been around in his NBA career? Many clubs over that 17-year stretch.
Well, based on his playing time this year, Marv, he's got a lot of legs left. The Lakers have played, for your information, 4,130 minutes coming into tonight's game, and James Edwards has played in 34 of those 4,000-plus minutes.
And a foul is called. It's on Davis. That is his third. The Lakers with only 13 points in the second quarter, a season low, and neither club burning it up here in the third quarter. Bowie with the spinning move and goes glass. 10 points for Bowie.
We're looking at the finest moments of Sam Bowie's game here tonight, perhaps one of his best shooting exhibitions of the season.
Knicks led by as many as 20, now lead by 16 as we come up on 5 minutes left in the third. Illegal defense called before that shot attempt, so it does not count. And it is a technical foul called on the Lakers, their second violation. Ewing will go to the line. He is 4 for 4 from the line. He'll shoot the tee.
Patrick placing those fingertips on the seams of the basketball. Most shooters like to do that. Some don't, though. Feel the ball much better that way.
Well, Anthony and Michael now, the midst of a conversation. It's player to player, John.
You never know when there's an audition going on, Marv, as you know.
Knicks have been pulled here in the third quarter. Worthy. It's a goaltend. The basket counts. And the foul.
You know, the fans here in the Forum are thirsty naturally for anything symbolic of the great 80s. And this is one of those moves by James Worthy that brings back memories of fast motion on the offense for the Lakers. He was always at the end of the passes by Magic and slick moves around the hoop just like that. And boy, people just remember that so quickly and cheered even though the ball didn't go in the basket.
Well, Anthony Mason has now checked in. Apparently Pat Riley felt the intensity of the script discussion between Michael Douglas and Anthony Mason, who now will chat with Tony Campbell. Reached the point where he had to put Anthony back on the floor. That Knicks lead is down to 13. And the pass by Ewing picked off. So the Lakers getting back into it. We're down to 4.5 remaining in the third quarter. Bowie has been a big factor here in the third. Forced his shot, but able to hit over Oakley. And Pat Riley wants a timeout. The Lakers have trimmed the 20-point lead down to 11.
Shipping a package to Omaha? That's child's play. Try the streets of Paris. That's a man's local know-how. DHL. We'll take it from here.
If you're a sports fan, we've got the place for you, the Baja. Yes, the Baja, with a state-of-the-art satellite system for every game in the country. Where else can you play a round of golf and watch the big game? Or test your batting skills with laser ball, the greatest fast-pitch batting cages anywhere. If that's not enough, we've got modified softball, arc softball, Little League baseball, a game room, and more. So if you like sports, you'll love the Baja. The Baja Country Club, 12 South Denton Avenue, New High Park, just south of Jericho Turnpike.
Enthusiasts from around the island know that the Nassau Hobby Center in Freeport has offered the best selection of hobby supplies since 1946. Nassau Hobby Center is a factory-authorized sales and service center for Lionel and LGB trains. Plus, we carry Engage and HO trains. For the outdoor hobbyist, Nassau Hobby Center features a full line of Kyosho remote control cars, trucks, boats, planes, and helicopters, all at discount prices. Stop in for a free catalog and discover your hobby at the Nassau Hobby Center in Freeport.
ECAC Holiday Festival featuring St. John. Stay on top of all the latest New York Jets news with features and highlights on the Nobody Beats the Wiz Jets Journal. Take full swings at today's hard-hitting sports issues with the man who pulls no punches. Bob Page hosts Page One. Plus, you can always catch the latest sports news, scores, and stories with MSD Sports Desk. Watch us deck the halls with all the great December sports action on MSD Network. The best in the game.
You can party at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, to hold your next business or social event at any of the Garden's variety of venues like the Club Bar and Grill, the Play-by-Play Sports Bar and Restaurant, or even the lobby of the Paramount. Our staff can create the decor and menus to suit any taste. For information, call 212-465-6483.
Lakers have outscored the Knicks 15-8 here in the third quarter. 5 turnovers by the Knicks in this quarter. Lakers do not have any. 11-2 run by the Lakers. Here's Mason. The tip missed. Oakley able to rescue. The Knicks lead is now 11. They led by as many as 20. Pass for Ewing knocked away but recovered by Rivers. They doubled up on Ewing, forced it, and was rejected.
Well, the Lakers are getting the fan support here as the Knicks have gone flat.
Bowie tried the one-hop lead for Van Exel. Bowie has been a major factor in this Laker drive here in the third. 10 of his 12 points have been scored in the third quarter. Knicks have Rivers, Davis at the guards, Oakley, Mason, and Ewing up front. Davis on a quick release. Ruben Davis has had some poor fortune with jump shots that have been rimming the basket. That's the case last night against Utah.
Knicks are concentrating so on getting the ball into the dominant Ewing, but they really need outside shooting badly.
3 minutes to go in the third. Bowie with the fake. And he was fouled. Called on Ewing, his second. The Lakers, though, have killed themselves at the foul line. Only 9 of 18 from the line. Bowie will go to the line for the first time.
Well, Marv, taking it back 9 years in 1984, it was a very interesting year when you look at the NBA draft. 1984 draft, Hakeem Olajuwon chosen first, Sam Bowie second, and Michael Jordan third. If they had it to do over, what would they have done?
Well, Portland has certainly heard the criticism over the years, taking Sam Bowie, looking for a big man, and passing on Michael Jordan, who at the time was well thought of, but I think that if you put most teams on truth serum, they would say they did not think that Jordan would become what he did become. 57-48 the score now. The Knicks lead is down to 9. Greg Anthony has checked back in. Lakers doing it with that run here in the third. Wild shot attempted.
What's going on with the Knicks offense? Bad shot after bad shot.
Edwards. Well, James Edwards off the bench to contribute. And the Knicks lead is down to 7 as we come up on 2 minutes remaining in the third. The Knicks appear to be on their way to a blowout with that 20-point lead. Davis unable to hit. And a whistle. Foul against the Lakers. Don Edwards, his second. Anthony played by Van Exel. They collapse on Ewing.
Knicks have scored 8 points here in the third quarter with 1:40 left to go.
And it's a double dribble called on Anthony, and his problems continue. An 11:01 by the Lakers the last 3.5 minutes.
Last night it was a 12-point third quarter for the Knicks in Utah.
And the Lakers able to turn it around after their season low of 13 points in the second quarter. Minute and a half remaining in the third.
Two 7-1 players out there. Sam Bowie for the Lakers and James Edwards.
Mason battling for position against Worthy. 3-second violation on Mason. It has all gone wrong for the Knicks here in the third quarter.
Well, the infractions and poor judgment and lack of leadership in the backcourt once again killing the Knicks.
The Knicks have been outscored 26-8 here in the third quarter. Bowie. 3 on the recovery. Here is Worthy. The Lakers are within 5, and the Knicks call for time with 48 seconds remaining in the third.
It has a computer-controlled safety system, but it isn't an F-15 fighter. It has gold-plated connectors for longer life, but it isn't a deep space probe. It cost hundreds of millions of dollars to develop.
Of course, you do know, Charles, the reason we chickens cross the road, metaphysically.
I ain't talking to no chicken. Your show, baby. I want to talk about stupid NBA nicknames. Baby Jordan, stupid, Penny, better than Anthony. Stupid, Pimp, that's dumb. Admiral, well that's stupid. Stupid, 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 stupid.
What about round mound of rebound?
What about chicken for dinner? Chicken dinner, yes.
Absurd.
Yeah.
Well, with 48 seconds to go in the third, the Knicks are haunted here by their lack of efficiency and overall play. Over the last several minutes, they just cannot get anything going, anything of substance out there. And the Lakers, led by surprising shooting of Sam Bowie, have come right back into this game.
13-0 run by the Lakers. The Knicks have not converted a field goal in 6 minutes and 49 seconds. They've gone almost 7 minutes without a field goal. Only 8 points scored by the Knicks here in the third quarter. Very unusual to call a timeout with 48 seconds to go in the third, but Pat Riley, sensing desperation, had to stop the play and called for time. It's only a 5-point Knick lead. They led by as many as 20. A chant of defense from the crowd here at the Forum. Davis. Anthony. And rebounded by Eldon Campbell. "20 seconds left in the quarter. 3 setting up against Davis. Edwards. They get it back to Edwards, and he's stripped and fouled. Anthony over to help. And with 6 seconds, 6 8/10 seconds to be precise, remaining, Anthony's called for the foul, and Edwards will go to the line.
Actually, that was a good play by Anthony, because Edwards had wiggled his way into position where he was on his way to a layup. He had good body position, and Anthony broke it up.
James Edwards now for the season is 5 for 7 from the foul line. The Knick lead is down to 4. It's down to 3. Anthony going all the way very impressive to beat the buzzer. But the Knicks held to only 10 points in the third quarter, a season low, and now cling to a 5-point lead.
AT&T has prepared a statement we would now like to present. Introducing AT&T Maximum Advantage. AT&T guarantees in writing that your business will get our lowest price, or we'll automatically credit you the difference. We'll review your account quarterly and make recommendations for additional ways to save and help your business grow. And we'll recommend the plan that's right for your business. Look in the mail for this valuable statement from AT&T. Thank you. End of statement.
Dear Midas customers, we'll fix the brakes on most cars the same day you bring it in.
Cool Wave Aftershave. The fragrance of the Gillette series. Get caught up in it.
Knicks fans, get your copy of the all-new 1994 official New York Knicks yearbook today. This 120-page yearbook is a true collector's item with articles by New York's top sports writers, rare never-before-published photos, even a special 30-page section commemorating the first quarter-century of Knicks basketball at Madison Square Garden. Just send $10 check or money order to Knicks Yearbook, 2 Penn Plaza, 3rd floor, New York, New York, 10121, attention Debbie. That's Knicks Yearbook, 2 Penn Plaza, 3rd floor, New York, New York, 10121, attention Debbie.
Great Britain's Royal Regiments on parade. Dedicated, skilled, steeped in tradition. The Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders, the Princess of Wales's Royal Regiment, and the Royal Anglian Regiment, celebrating the anniversary of the coronation of Queen Elizabeth.
At the Paramount, Sunday, December 12th, for 2 shows only at 1:30 and 5:30. Tickets on sale now.
New York Knicks basketball is brought to you in part by the people at Nike, who encourage you to just do it. By Toyota. I love what you do for me, Toyota. And by AT&T, the official telecommunications company of the New York Knicks and the NBA.
Well, for Pat Riley and the Knicks, a brutal third quarter. They shot 3 of 18 last night against Utah. They had that 12.5 of 18 third quarter that helped turn things around. Only 10 points in the third for the Knicks. That is a season low. They went 7 minutes, 38 seconds without a field goal. They went 5 minutes, 11 seconds without scoring a point. Outscored 23-10 in the third and now have a 5-point lead. They've led by as many as 20. Fourth quarter underway, and Edwards off the mark. Oakley throws it back.
Yes, he did throw it. He didn't deliver it.
And Exel delivering head fakes. Beautiful move by Nick Van Exel, and the Lakers continue the run. At one point, it was 15 consecutive points. They have moved within 3. Ewing, yes. Patrick Ewing giving the Knicks a 61-56 lead. Ewing has 20 points.
All signs point to Patrick Ewing as being the savior here. The Knicks are not getting any kind of consistent scoring elsewhere.
Ewing was shut down in the third. Worthy hits. And the Lakers on fire after the poor shooting first half. Only 31% from the field in the first half. Knicks lead by 3. Ewing had it knocked away. Mason for Oakley. Oh, he's clobbered. And the foul call.
Charles elected to go for the body contact as opposed to the shot at the basket. Just threw his body into the defense.
Oakley only 1 of 6 from the field, but he does have 10 rebounds. Oakley hits 1 out of 2. The Knicks 62. The Lakers 58 minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Marv Albert, John Andres from the fourth in Inglewood. Edwards. And a player who over the years has provided problems for Patrick Ewing.
Yes, memories of him in a Detroit Pistons uniform during the good years, bothering the Knicks with this move to the basket. I mean, a man 7'1" taking fall-away jumpers with his touch is so difficult.
So Edwards off the bench, firing a brick, looking for the three-point play, but Edwards in limited time has hit for 6 points. Sam Bowie had the touch in the third quarter. Eldon Campbell has come on, though, for Bowie. Here's Davis. Hubert Davis extending the Knick lead to 64-60.
Boy, it's been a long time between perimeter jump shots by the Knicks.
Davis has 6 points. High man Ewing with 20 along with 17 rebounds.
Good play by Ewing, deflecting the ball.
So the Knicks get it back. Ewing up front along with Mason and Bonner, who just checked in. Anthony and Davis now in the backcourt. Starks and Rivers sitting down in foul difficulty. Anthony was fouled, and he'll go to the line.
One of the things that's going to haunt the Lakers now, although they're not reflecting on it, is the history of this season. Through 3 quarters, the Lakers' future in the fourth quarter depends on what's going on in the prior 3. Now, they're 0-9 when trailing after 3, which they are tonight.
Now here's Sam Bowie for Eldon Campbell. Sam Bowie in the starting lineup tonight. Lonnie Divac bothered by an injured hand. Divac did not play well. He played in the first half coming off the bench. But Bowie has turned things around in the second half. He has 14 points in all. Bowie able to rescue 3. Bowie. Shot clock running down. Edwards for Bowie. Stolen by Anthony. Anthony on the run. Anthony slicing through and fires one up. He thought he'd draw the foul.
Got to take it to the rim in order to get that foul call.
John Starks looked like he was walking over to the scorer's table as the steal is made. Davis lost it. And Bowie is fouled. John Starks looked like he was about to check in, but he was out enthusiastically screaming for his teammates.
Well, Anthony handing that ball off to Davis, it just didn't get done between the 2 players. And that opened things up for Sam Bowie, who has had the ball in his hands so many times tonight. He's willing to run and participate in this fast break by the Lakers.
Bowie, one of the better foul shooters on the Lakers at 85% from the line. Anthony Peeler now checks in. Peeler replacing Nick Van Exel, so that means that Sadell Threet will take over at the point guard position. The Knicks 65 and the Lakers 62. A 20-point Knick lead has evaporated. 8:50 remaining in the fourth. Davis stripped. Davis on the recovery. And the Knicks lead by 5. Davis with the steal. Rather, Anthony with the steal and plays it home.
Oh, and Greg Anthony finished the third quarter with that terrific driving layup. He's got so much looser on the court.
The Knicks now lead by 7. It was an enormous play by Anthony. Edwards fouled by Mason. And now John Starks is checking in.
Davis on that drive. Stopped, but then recovered quickly to convert that basket. And then Greg Anthony wisely coming in and showing what the Knicks would love to see more and more of. So Greg Anthony leaves the game on a high note for a change.
The Lakers continue the troubled times at the foul line. 15 for 26 from the line. Edwards 2 out of 4. The Knicks lead by 7. 8:15 remaining fourth quarter. Now Davis and Starks in the backcourt. Mason. Ewing. Yes. And the Knicks now lead 71-62. Looks like they've settled down, and the Lakers call for time. 8:02 remaining in the fourth. A 20-second timeout called by Randy Funn. Greg Anthony was enthusiastically greeted by teammates as he went back to the bench following that brilliant play on the inbounds, coming up with the steal, which could end up as, if the Knicks hold on, as the play of the game.
Well, the Knicks sharing the ball, getting it to Patrick Ewing. A little hesitation move by Patrick, and then succeeding on the jump shot. Now the Knicks have a bit of a cushion that they've been trying so hard to regain after that long 20-point lead they had earlier in the game. Now enjoying a 9-2 run with 8:02 left.
And 3 Starks back against Starks. Knicks with a decisive edge off the boards. Worthy using the screen. And the rebound handled by Ewing. Ewing up front with Bonner and Mason. Starks and Davis at the guard. Ewing had it knocked away by Campbell. Substitution, Doug Christie replacing James Worthy. Worthy leads with 10 points. Christie has not been able to find the range. Starks, yes. Quick release by John Starks. And you can hear the reaction from the Knicks portion of the crowd as the Knicks now take a 73-62 lead. Christie with the step. And a foul is called. The basket will not count. It's on Bonner. Anthony Bonner, his first non-shooting foul.
Through this down period and the Knicks rising from that moment in the game, they've gotten such good balance from so many players, not depending exclusively on Ewing.
And a foul called again on Bonner, who was blocking Christie along the baseline. That puts the Knicks over the foul limit, so Christie will go to the free throw line. He is 0 for 2 from the line, a 72% foul shooter. Doug Christie in his second year out of Pepperdine, number 2 scorer on the Lakers, averaging just over 14 per game. Anthony Peeler, high man, with averaging only 14.5 per game.
You know, the 33 points that Christie had against the Clippers on Saturday night was the most points scored by a Laker since Sedale Threatt burned the Knicks for 42 a couple of years ago in New York with an astounding performance.
The Knicks 73, Lakers 64. 5 minutes gone by. Fourth quarter. Marv Albert, John Andres from the form. Game 2 of this Weston swing. That was tipped by Bowie. He almost put it home. Bonner with the save. Ewing off the fake, draws the foul. It's on Campbell. And Ewing will go to the line.
Anthony Bonner, as usual, scooping up every offensive rebounding opportunity and certainly knows what to do with the ball. There's Sedale Threatt. And memories of his career high, 42 against the Knicks. 1992, a memorable performance.
Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to Bakersville? Sure. Take 23 north, the M34 east, the I-14 south, and you're there. Thanks. You bet.
Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to Bakersville?
Head right over those mountains.
Thanks.
There's only one Jeep, and it's only at your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers.
Hi, a kid in high school wrote to me from detention. I only have a Snapple iced tea to pass the time. Signed, Suddenly Caught Talking. Poor guy.
Hey, excuse me, is Jeff here? Thanks for your letter, Jeff. Here's some iced tea to pass the time. But remember, nothing takes the place of a good education.
Have some Snapple, man. We didn't know he could write this well. Maybe we'll use some of that writing energy in his English classes.
Giving beats everything, and nobody beats the Wiz.
This Christmas, let your home theater dreams come true with the Mitsubishi big screen from Nobody Beats the Wiz. Pick up a 27-inch stereo color TV, the Mitsubishi.
Remember, when you're having good times with friends, use good sense and drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. A reminder from Budweiser. There's a familiar face in the crowd, a Knicks fan, Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin saw the camera was on him. You notice the way he ducked back so he'd get the full exposure.
I happen to know Dustin bought 5 tickets tonight, Marv, at $100 a clip. Someone's getting a lot of attention from Dustin. I hope he knows he's on camera.
Crowd tonight, 14,147. That is about 3,000 short of capacity. Patrick Ewing on the line as we resume with 6:41 remaining in this fourth quarter. And the Knicks now lead by 10. They led by as many as 20. The Lakers with that enormous run at one point, 15 unanswered points. In the third quarter, the Knicks shot only 3 of 18. They were held to a season low of 10 points. Did not score for 5 minutes and 11 seconds. Not able to hit a field goal for 7 minutes and 38 seconds, but they appear to have settled down. Ewing with the rebound on the Bowie miss. Here's Starks from Mason. Oh, Bowie got a piece of it. The save by Davis. Mason. Beautiful pass from Starks. And the call against the Knicks. It's an offensive foul on Mason.
Well, Anthony Mason is not distracted by the taller people around him. Tries to dunk the ball over Sam Bowie on that first attempt. And in a similar response, Mason pushed off when he had the opportunity around the basket against the taller Bowie again.
Anthony Peeler way off. He has had a long night. 2 of 12 from the field. Mason handles the ball so well. Does it off the dribble against Christie. Now Davis to the running hook. Gorgeous move by Hubert Davis, who has played well. The Knicks now lead 77-64. Hubert getting the playing time tonight. 5 of 9. He has 10 points. Bowie trying to post up. Foul is called. Ewing called for the push. Here's Charles Oakley returning, replacing Anthony Bonner. And Bowie back to the line. He is 4 for 4 from the line. Leads the Lakers with 16 points. Sam Bowie, a guy who has had an injury-plagued career, hard hit by a number of injuries, missed a couple of years in college with a broken leg. He's had the problems during the course of his NBA seasons. Knicks 77, the Lakers 66. Van Exel is back replacing 3. Illegal defense called against the Lakers. Another technical foul awarded to the Knicks.
Knicks making it difficult for the Lakers now by spreading the offense out.
Starks will shoot the technical on the line for the first time. Down only 4 of 14 from the field. 10 points for Starks. And the Knicks extend to a 78-66 lead. They take a 20-second timeout with 5:27 to go in this fourth quarter. Check of the scoreboard. The New Jersey Nets with the convincing win over the Boston Celtics. So if the Knicks can hold on and win, they move 3 in front of Boston. Orlando knocks off Detroit. Well, Cleveland at home over Portland. And Indiana defeats Sacramento 105-87. Indiana will play the Knicks at the Garden this Saturday. Chicago beating the Clippers in Chicago. Miami knocks off Dallas. Mavericks continue to suffer. And another victory for Houston.
Houston finally home. Boy, what's wrong with Larry Johnson? He has been some disappointment for Charlotte this season.
Houston goes to 17-1. The Knicks with a 12-point lead. Starks with a ball fake and is fouled. Took a pretty good hit from Bowie. Campbell is called for the foul, and Starks will go to the line. The Knicks come in with a record of 10-4. Orlando with the victory at 9 up and 6 down. So if the Knicks can hold on and win, they'll remain 2 in front of Orlando. Celtics with the defeat will drop 3 games back. The Knicks now by 14 as we come up on 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Christie's pass thrown away. Last season, the Knicks swept the Lakers. The first time the Knicks swept the Lakers in a season series since back in '83 and '84. Davis, yes. Hubert Davis has had an outstanding night. The Knicks now lead by 16. Knicks and Lakers meet at the Garden for the second and final meeting of the season a week from Thursday night. Bowie, 20 points for Sam Bowie. 82-68 Knicks. Davis passed on the 3, now shoots the 2. Christie to the drive. And it's called an offensive foul. That's 5 on Christie.
Offensive foul, number 8, Doug Christie. His 5th personal.
Well, I have a couple of familiar faces to you, I know. A couple of members of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's Anthony Kiedis there, fellow in the long hair, the lead singer. The Chili Peppers. That's Flea next to him, the excellent bass player, as you know.
Oh, I think you did a little checking, huh, John?
I get around. I do get around.
Yes.
Corvette backed by Eureka for home or auto. 10 tools included. Power for big jobs, tight spots, extra long cord. Corvette backed by Eureka.
To an athlete, a world championship is the highlight of a career.
Crowd filing out here at the Forum as we come up on 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. The Knicks with an 82-68 lead on the Lakers. Starks overthrowing Ewing to try to time the alley-oop. The Knicks have that comfortable 20-point lead for a good portion of the first half, and the Lakers with the run in the third quarter able to come back. But Worthy hitting on a 3. And the Knicks now lead 82-71.
Lakers getting closer to their season low of 76 points scored in on November 18th against Golden State.
Ewing. Looks like Campbell got a piece of it. Ewing has 26 points along with 19 rebounds. The Knicks 84 and the Lakers 71. Worthy stripped by Mason. Starks lost it off his foot, been able to recover. Ewing pops it down to Davis. Hubert Davis with a hot hand in the fourth quarter. He's hit 4 out of 4 for 8 of his 12 points. Davis for Ewing. Down to 2:40. remaining in the game. And Exel not able to hit. Starks saw the opening, then goes to the pull-up. Not pretty basketball right here in the closing minutes. Van Exel and Campbell lost it. Doug Christie returning along with George Lynch. With 2 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the game. Well, after years of playing basketball in transition, the Lakers now have become a franchise in transition. Headed to their second straight loss after winning 4 in a row, and they will drop to 7 and 11. Ewing gets inside, it counts, and the foul. So Ewing will go to the line. Bowie called for the foul.
Well, Patrick Ewing on the floor right to the bitter end, it appears, taking that ball strong to the hoop.
Many proud seasons for this Laker franchise here in Los Angeles. But this looks to be another difficult year for Randy Funn and the Lakers. Last year they went 4 under 500, just did make it to the playoffs, finishing 5th in the Pacific. Lynch, and a foul is called with 1:38 remaining in the game. It's on Ewing. So Lynch to the line. And Antonio Harvey, a rookie free agent, checked in for the first time, wearing number 40. John out of Pfeiffer, NAIA school in North Carolina. Tony Smith has also come on for the first time. And Patrick Ewing hears the cheers from the Knick portion of the crowd as he sits down, replaced by Herb Williams. Ewing 11 of 22, 29 points along with 19 rebounds and 5 blocked shots.
Big game for Patrick. He certainly led the way, and you can see the difference when he's on the floor as much as he was tonight. Last night he left the game in the early third quarter, and the Knicks really went down.
Yes, some foul trouble last night. Starks hits a 3. So John Starks back on target from downtown. Coming into tonight, he missed his last 12. He's hit a couple this evening. Rebounded by Williams. The Knicks with an 18-point lead. They were challenged by the Lakers after the Knicks shot only 3 of 18 from the field in the third quarter. Lakers with the good run at one point, 15 consecutive points. But the Knicks able to regroup and hold on, and they've built that lead once again. Off the steal, Lynch. And the Knicks with a 90-74 advantage. A steal by Christie. And the Knicks now lead 90-76. Well, this equals a season low for the Lakers, 76 points. Williams on the follow. The Knicks 92 and the Lakers 76. Very strong fourth quarter by the Knicks after that 10-point third quarter. Here's Christie for 3. And the foul is called. Antonio Harvey will go to the line. Oh, Pat Riley will certainly be delighted to come away with a victory against his former team. Pat's holding it all within.
Taking the good with the not so good. That doesn't change the expression much. This Antonio Harvey's an interesting guy in that he started the first 5 games of the season, becoming the first Los Angeles rookie to start on opening night since James Worthy. As did Van Exel, though he also started.
Antonio throwing a couple of bricks up at the free throw line. And an Another foul call. It's on Herb Williams. We're down to 8 seconds remaining of the game. The Knicks will go to 11-4 and a 6-2 record on the road as they head to the finale of this 3-game Western journey at Golden State against the Warriors on Thursday night. The Knicks 92, the Lakers 78, and John Starks just walking it off. Solid performance by the Knicks. Had their problems in the third quarter, but able to come back strong in the fourth. Led by Patrick Ewing, who had 29 points and 19 rebounds. The Knicks defeat the Lakers in the first of this 2-game home-and-home set, 92-78. And we'll be back to recap it here at the Great Western Forum right after these messages. Back at the Forum, the Knicks defeat the Lakers 92-78. Lakers put a run on in the third quarter, came within 3. Big turnaround play right here as we check out the Coca-Cola Classic play. Lakers were closing in at the time. First it was Hubert Davis on the drive. He's able to recover and able to connect. Now watch the inbounds, and Greg Anthony with the steal. James Edwards robbed by Anthony, able to hit. So 4 consecutive points by the Knicks, and that helped to put it away as we check out the leading scorers summary, brought to you by your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle Dealers. There's only one Jeep, and it's only at your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle Dealers. Patrick Ewing with an outstanding all-around game, 29 points, 11 of 22 from the field, 7 of 8 from the line, 19 rebounds, and 5 blocked shots. And the Knicks getting balanced scoring. John Starks only 5 of 16, but had 15. Tony Campbell in the starting lineup for the first time this season with 12. 12 for Hubert Davis, who played well, and Doc Rivers had 10 points. The Los Angeles Lakers, led by Sam Bowie. Strong third quarter for Sam, helped turn things around as the Knicks struggled, hit only 3 of 18 in the third. Bowie with 20, Worthy off the bench for 13 points. So the Lakers